Call it chance, call it fate. Nobody really knows what brings people together in a certain place at a certain time. On February 14th, 1990, the lives of three strangers converged at a busy intersection in downtown Los Angeles.
My mother and my little sister were with me that day, and there was too much traffic, so I wanted to get out to get home through the streets. I normally wear my seatbelt. I just took it off that day for some reason or another, and I didn't want to wear it. My mother was wearing her seatbelt, though, and my little sister knows she has to wear her seatbelt because I always make her.
A few cars behind Stephanie Araujo was businessman Ray Aboud.
I was on the freeway going to Hollywood, but the traffic was really packed, so I had to get off the freeway on First Street, and I hardly really do that. I never get off the freeway, but I don't think it's a coincidence, because why it happened and how, when, it's amazing. It's something that's not really just comes out of nowhere. It happened for a reason. There was about a couple of cars in front of me just before the Civic Center, and all of a sudden I saw a car swerved on the lane on the oncoming traffic. He just went straight in the lane. He couldn't control his car. When I saw the impact, I just said, oh God, this is really bad. There's something must be done. These people need help. There's nobody had came out of the car, and I just I wanted to help.
Stephanie's mother, Socorro, was still conscious.
I saw this man with long hair and an all-black outfit, and I thought he was a policeman.
And then I heard the mother talking to herself. I thought that she was hallucinating, like talking to somebody else. And she said, well, there's a girl in the back, my baby in the back. I said, I ran to the mother's side, and I looked, and she was on the bottom, on the floor. And I said, oh, God. She wasn't moving, she wasn't breathing. I really thought that she was dead. So I had to get her out.
Because 8-year-old Belinda was not breathing at all, Ray risked moving her to where he could give her first aid.
The baby had no pulse, and I carried the baby really, really carefully. And I just, right away, I started giving her that CPR, and I was asking God to help me.
A passerby called 911. Police and paramedics were immediately dispatched.
I knew that the help is going to come. Any minute it's going to be there. But she wasn't reacting, and it was the scariest moment of my life. After a while, she coughed out about 3 times, so I felt relieved. I couldn't believe that a guy could hit somebody in a car accident and then try to split the scene to leave somewhere else where he can't pay for his mistakes. And he thought that he was going to go, and I got really angry. I brought him back to the scene, and I told him to sit down. I didn't treat him nice, because I had a lot of anger inside of me after I knew that he was drunk, and he could, destroy a family in 1 single second.
I held on to Stephanie's head because she kept wanting to fall forward towards the dashboard, and she was bleeding so much I didn't want her to get hurt again. Then I saw him start kicking the cars and trying to get them out of the way and telling them that the ambulances needed room for them to get in.
8 minutes after the accident, the first paramedics arrived on the scene. "19-year-old Stephanie was still unconscious behind the wheel of her car. While paramedics treated Stephanie and Belinda, police officers began investigating the accident, including motor officer Stanley Morishima.
You don't find too many citizens nowadays getting involved, so I think he did a fantastic job, and it really made our jobs a lot easier, and I just wish there were more people like him around.
The driver of the other car pleaded guilty to felony drunk driving. Stephanie suffered a serious concussion and facial lacerations when her head hit the windshield. 8-year-old Belinda left the scene in a coma. Neither had been wearing their seatbelts.
I wanted to see the baby, stay next to the baby, make sure that she's going to be all right all night, but they let me do that.
Stephanie spent a week in the hospital. Her little sister Belinda underwent emergency brain surgery. But after 2 weeks in the hospital, under the care of Dr. Jeff Oppenheimer, she is making a full recovery.
There is a danger in moving an injured victim, but Ray was astute enough to triage exactly which problem was the worst. In Belinda's case, she was unconscious in a moderate coma, so I think there's a high likelihood that Belinda would not be here right now if Ray had not intervened. Anyone who can save a life without any other motivation except for saving that life is a hero.
It's just like he's our guardian angel or something, because nowadays a lot of people, you know, will see an accident and they'll just keep walking by. They won't even help. But he did more than his share of helping.
Oh, he's a very good man. I don't know, I can tell. But no le puedo pagar con nada lo que hizo.
He says, I could never repay him for what he's done for me.
He's a nice man, because if he wouldn't have done the mouth-to-mouth, I could have, like, died.
We're very fortunate that we didn't lose anybody. But drunk drivers, they should understand, if they lost somebody to another drunk driver, maybe they would understand the hurt and pain that a family has to go through just because someone wanted to have another drink. Maybe they should think twice, and I hope some people do.
Since the accident, Ray has become close friends with their Rajo family.
I don't really consider myself a hero. After the accident happened, I kept asking myself why I did that. But I know the reason is really big, that God wanted me to be there at that time to save that little child, that she needed help. She ain't gonna be away from my life now. She's gonna be part of my life because she's always will. They give me 5.